What's up, guys? I want to talk to you about, surprisingly, the basics again. And I think that this is something I can't focus enough on. We've had about 3 trainings this week already, and I will tell you immediately you can see the results of what we talked about in the numbers that are being produced and the paychecks that you guys are taking home and the experience that our customers are receiving. I sat here and thought about the 160-something pages we have in our Bible and how many of them basically rely on that you guys and we, all of us, do the thing that matters the most, which is the main thing that builds our business. We sat down and wrote about 12 to 13 things that really basically make our business, saying yes, speed of service, the things that you guys already focus on: customers the boss, teams the hero, daily trainings, running the board, DVIs. And if you are able to run each of these meetings twice a month, so you run through 13 of them and then you do another 13 because we're working 26 days or so a month, and you do that every single month. The problem is you guys and I think that because we've done it so many times that everybody on the team is on the same page, but they're not. There's things right now that there's people on our team that they're violating the very fundamentals of our business. It's crazy. I've sat here and thought about over and over again. I talk about Vince Lombardi being one of the best coaches in the NFL, and all he trained on was the fundamentals, the basic, over and over and over and over and over. And you're like, Wayne, why would we do that? Because I've heard it. You've heard it, but what about that guy that just joined the team 2-3 months ago? He doesn't have the grasp. And then what happens is all the mistakes that we've made, all the money that we lose, all the sales we don't make, all the upset customers we get are because of the basics. It's always some fundamental crap that we dropped. And then we're like, yeah, man, that was a pretty stupid thing. And that could be avoided just by overly reminding yourselves and the team and the newer guys that, hey, man, when a car comes in, you get it inspected within 15 minutes. You do a full DVI. You make sure you pitch it. You make sure you update the customer within such amount of times. You don't pitch a ticket over $500 right out of the gate. You make sure you update them after an hour. You make sure blah, blah, blah. Like you run the board. You do the DVI. Make sure you communicate. You do one-on-ones. You do morning trainings every single morning, 15 minutes. You do a board training between 1 and 2 p.m., whatever, during the day, so on and so forth. And if you do these 12, 13 actions, you cannot fail. The likelihood of you failing is less than 1%. And I don't need you to throw curveballs. I don't need you to do crazy trick plays. You just do the basics and you win. Let me tell you one other thing. Let me tell you something very, very powerful that helps me. Every customer that comes in every single day does not know or care what you did yesterday. They don't care if you ran the basics yesterday. All they care is, are you going to do the basics today? Well, they don't call it that, but they expect good service. Well, we know that the basics produce good service. If you understand that concept, that every customer that comes in the door today is expecting us to do all the same 13 things like we did yesterday and the day before and the day before, this customer that came in, and if we do the basics, guess what they're going to do? They're going to put money in your bank account. They're going to tell their friends to come back to us, and they're going to make sure that they spread the good word, and your business grows, you make more money, and you grow more success. Guess what happens when the new customer comes in tomorrow? If you do the basics for them, they will also put money in your bank. They will tell everybody they know about you, and their business is going to grow, and they're going to be very happy. And that's what happens. And what happens the third day? Guess what? They expect the basics again. The issue is we do the basics for a few days, and it's getting boring. It's like, no, listen to me. The reason some businesses are great and others are not is because you don't stop doing these things. And the thing is, you have to let everybody on the team understand that. We have to make sure that if you started yesterday, or you've been here for 10 years, that the game doesn't change. It's where you're bored is where you make the most money. I promise you that. Where you're bored, where you're like, hey, I just keep doing the same things and I just keep getting paid. Think of the weeks where you kept crushing it. We did 100 after 100 after 100, and you were just making money left hand over fist. It's because you kept doing the same thing. You were on a roll. You weren't missing the opportunities. We were doing morning trainings. We were making sure that the guys were pulling the cars in. We were making sure DVIs are on point. And I love the fact that you guys have to understand there's combo procedures that incorporate 3, 4, 5 of the basic principles we talk about. And like something like the rack attack. The rack attack is like a major combination procedure. Like you're getting the speed of service dialed in. You're not quoting too much. You're using the circle of sales. You're using DVIs. You're using all of these different basics all in just one procedure. Think of it. Every time we do those rack attacks, the sales go up. Customers are actually happier because the number one concern they usually have is communication, and that freaking eliminates that whole concern. Your sales go up, you win. You got to understand that if you do the basics and the customer is expecting it every single day, you will win. This is not fancy. 100% of your income comes from you doing the basics. When we take over a business, all we do is the basics, no trick plays. You just got to go back to that, guys, and you got to keep training on the basics. It's never too much to talk about the basics. We could literally spend an entire year doing every single day training on basics. It will not be enough. I hope that helps, guys. That's how you grow a business. That's how you continually succeed. That's how your customers are consistently pleased. Stop talking about anything that doesn't make you money. Only talk about the things that do. And the things that do are the basics. If you start doing the basics today, you will make money today. It's not going to take a week, a month, a year. You do it today, you get paid today. That's the beauty of our business. Our customer that came in today will pay you. It doesn't matter if you pissed off the last 10 customers. That's why it's beautiful, but it's also horrible, because if you killed it with the last 10 customers, they're amazed by you. The next one doesn't mean anything. You got to start all over. So every time a new customer comes in, start all over, wow them with the basics, know your basics, spread your basics. All you should do is talk about the basics. And I'll have a list of basics here in a second for all you guys. Thank you very much.